In a poor countryside village in China, two little boys shared one meal, sweet potatoes and eggs. One of them grew up to become extremely wealthy. The other never grew past 5 years old, but they both kept their promise to visit Tiananmen Square. In a small farming village far from the noise of the cities, two boys grew up together. Li Wei was always hungry. His family struggled every day. Chun Hao wasn't rich either, but whenever his mother boiled sweet potatoes or fried eggs, he would secretly save half and give it to Li Wei. "Eat," he would say proudly. "You need to grow strong." One afternoon, they saw a photo of the national flag ceremony in Beijing. They were only 5. "One day," Chun Hao said confidently, "we will become billionaires and watch the flag rise in Beijing." They laughed under the open sky. But a few years later, Chun Hao became very sick. He survived, but his mind stopped developing. His body grew older, but inside, he remained 5 years old forever. Li Wei left the village as a teenager to study in a big city. He worked endlessly. Every time he felt like giving up, he remembered the taste of sweet potatoes shared by small hands. At 40, Li Wei became a wealthy businessman. But no matter how rich he became, he never forgot Chun Hao. He returned to the village often. Chun Hao would run toward him with the same smile, holding sweet potatoes and eggs. Even though Li Wei could afford anything, he always accepted them with respect. Years later, Chun Hao's father passed away. There was no one left to care for him. Without hesitation, Li Wei brought Chun Hao to live with him in the city. But Li Wei understood something. Money cannot replace comfort. So he built a small garden behind his house, a chicken coop, rows of sweet potatoes growing in the soil, so Chun Hao would feel like he never left the countryside. Sometimes during important meetings, Chun Hao would walk in holding eggs and sweet potatoes. The businessmen would stare. Li Wei would smile and say, "This is my brother." And finally, one cold morning, they stood together in Tiananmen Square. As the national flag rose into the sky, Chun Hao clapped excitedly like a child. Li Wei stood beside him, tears in his eyes. They didn't become billionaires together, but they kept their promise. And sometimes, that's worth more than money.